It can be. Context is everything, and I think we can agree that so much of life is determined by the context. There are not that many absolute statements that we can make. So, why is the foreclosure taking place? Well, in the typical scenario, what's happened is a debtor is having troubles making mortgage payments, misses a bunch of mortgage payments. Eventually, the holder of the mortgage is going to avail itself of its protections under California state law and initiate foreclosure proceedings to grab the house. So then we have to ask the question, is there any way that the debtor can cure that mortgage arrearage if given enough time? So sometimes I'll have somebody call and say, I've got a foreclosure sale that's coming down the pipeline. I'd like to file a bankruptcy to stop it. My first question is, what's changed? If nothing's changed, well, my statement then is, look, you haven't been able to make the mortgage payments thus far. Bankruptcy filing is not going to suddenly give you more income to be able to make those mortgage payments. So the best that you're going to be able to get out of this is a temporary halt to the foreclosure, perhaps so that it'll give you some time to move, but it's not going to solve your problem. So if, for example, the person has insufficient income to really do a Chapter 13, we put that person into a Chapter 7. The filing of the bankruptcy case will, of course, trigger the automatic stay and stop the foreclosure process. If there is equity in the property, maybe the Chapter 7 trustee will seize and sell the property. But if there isn't enough equity to warrant the trustee seizing and selling the property, then the creditor is going to file a motion for relief from the automatic stay, get the stay lifted to go after that property and continue the foreclosure proceeding. So filing of a Chapter 7 is usually a very short-lived bit of relief. On the other hand, sometimes when I have that conversation with a potential client, the client will say, yeah, what happened was I lost my job, but now I have a new job. It's giving me a great salary. And yes, I can catch up, but I can't do it in one big payment. Can you help me out? My answer is absolutely. Here's what we can do. We can file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy case, and that'll trigger the automatic stay. It'll stop the foreclosure proceeding. And if you have enough income in that scenario to be able to cure that mortgage arrearage over 60 months, you don't have to just come up with it in a one lump sum. If you can cure it over 60 months, then we can put that arrearage into the Chapter 13 plan. And provided you're eligible for Chapter 13 and you have enough income to be able to support the plan, you also will have to make every mortgage payment that comes due after the day we file the bankruptcy petition. But there, bankruptcy is an alternative to foreclosure. And then at the completion of the plan, you will have caught up on your mortgage arrearage, you'll be current on the mortgage, and you'll get your discharge, and whatever other debts have been dealt with in the Chapter 13 have been taken care of, and now you get to keep your house. So yes, you can use bankruptcy as an alternative to foreclosure, but it does require that you have the financial resources to cure the arrearage. By the way, you can do the same thing in a Chapter 11. In fact, I have a Chapter 11 right now where one of the main reasons we filed the Chapter 11 was to cure a mortgage arrearage. So yes, we can do that in Chapter 11 as well. But again, you have to have the income to be able to do the cure. If you don't, then bankruptcy is not an alternative to foreclosure. And the best you could hope for in a Chapter 7 is a little bit of breathing room, maybe so that you can make arrangements to find alternate housing.